Welcome to Women of Green. Hi, I'm Carolyn Pars, and I'm at the Collected Works bookstore in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I'm here with Nina Simons, who is the co-founder of Bioneers, a national organization that disseminates breakthrough solutions on environmental and social issues of our time. And she's also an author and editor of a new book called Moonrise, The Power of Women Leading from the Heart. Welcome. It is such an honor to be here with you.
Oh, it's such a treat to be here with you, Carolyn.
I love this book. I've been reading this book, and it is so inspiring. You have, for over 20 years, had the opportunity to be with women who have made instrumental changes across the world. And it seems like you've collected it in this book.
Well, there are a lot of amazing women and men who've been my mentors who didn't make it into the book. So
there's
yes.
going to be a sequel?
Well, well, it's all a part of Bioneers, you know. But I'm so thankful that it's just a tremendous privilege to raise up the voices of these people who have been such powerful teachers for me, so I feel really honored to get to do it.
What's important right now about raising up the voices of women?
Oh, well, I think what's important is that we're in collaboration with men, really reinventing how to live on Earth and with each other. And one of the things I've really learned from Bioneers is that the most important thing we can do is show up in leadership. In a way that is in service and takes a stand on behalf of what we most deeply care about and love and want to protect. And I think we've all inherited a very conflicted relationship to this idea of leadership. So what's important about raising up the voices of women is that women are reinventing leadership in this time. And I think men are doing it too, and we're modeling a leadership that comes from within, that comes from our spiritual connection to the earth, that comes from how deeply we love and cherish our children, our homes, our communities, and for taking a stand on behalf of what we love. So I think the voices of women can collectively shift our course in a way that few other things can.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. You talk about that a practice of leadership that's regenerative. If I can say that word.
I know you
It
can.
regenerates us instead of, you know, sucks our energy away. And I, as a leader, and I've taken a leadership role in many things, and I found myself very spent in many years. And I know the work that you do. How do you do it, and what is that form for you that adds life force instead of takes it away?
Well, I mean, I can't profess to any expertise in this, Carolyn. I have to say,
you're going to go home and sleep after this.
No, I'm learning my way into it in the same way that I think we all are. And honestly, what I've found is that when we find what most lights us up and connect it with a real need for reinvention and change in the world, the exercise of that as leadership is regenerative.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it can give us energy instead of depleting us.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what has the greatest power, you know, and I don't want to get used up in that way. I want to be an instrument that's well played.
Yeah. What lights you up today?
Oh, well, my really deep connection with the earth. Being in the ocean lights me up. And seeing young people find their own light. And experiencing people of any age, but especially women, learning to liberate their own capacity and get out of their own way.
To liberate their own capacity and get out of their own way. What would happen if that happened collectively, like a ripple in the ocean?
Well, I think it's already happening.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's already happening all over the world, and it's incredibly exciting. And I think it's the transformative wave that has the greatest capacity to shift our course. at this moment when that need is just so urgent.
So what's important, or maybe I should say it, what is women's unique role in that, in changing the course?
I think it's speaking from our hearts. I think it's speaking from
Even
the
in
knowledge.
the corporate room?
Absolutely, especially in the corporate room and in politics, frankly.
Yeah.
I think it's owning the value of the vision in our hearts and the incredible deep intelligence in our bodies. And knowing that the intelligence we need to find our way through won't come only from our brains, but has to come from the combination of our hearts, our bodies, and our spirits, informing what comes through.
Yeah, so what would you say to a woman who is say entrenched in the corporate structure, and she's in the middle of a presentation, and how does one bring heart right into the depth of big business? What would be one juicy piece of information or thought from leading from the heart that you have spoken about?
I would say to reflect on a moment in your life when you felt most in flow and in joy, and bring that quality of presence to whatever you say in the boardroom.
Wow, that's beautiful. Right
Yeah.
on. Right on.
And, you know, to remember that women have been practicing leadership forever, and that women are being leaders as mothers, as teachers, as spiritual leaders in so many dimensions of life, and to remember to treat ourselves and each other kindly.
Yeah. And we don't think about that as a leader. Sometimes it's a leadership role,
That's
or it's
right.
not valued on that level. So, like, remembering that we are
Yeah.
fabulous leaders
That's
because
right.
we do that.
Yes.
Yes.
And the men who are helping us raise our children. I mean, this
Yeah.
is a leadership act, and it's phenomenal. And just because, you know, a legacy of patriarchy teaches us to undervalue it doesn't mean we have to continue it.
Yeah. So all of this and more.
All of this and much, much
book,
more.
Do you want to actually? What do you want women to do or be after reading your book?
I want women to feel encouraged and strengthened to act more boldly on behalf of the future that they really want to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on
Oh.
Women of Green today. Moonrise. You can get all the links if you go to womenofgreen.com. I will have Nina's book link. I will have Bioneers. And how might they get in touch with you directly?
Well, if they want to know about our women's leadership trainings,
Yes.
the best thing to do would be to send an email to women@bioneers.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've taken it. Fabulous. I have to say that disclaimer, but it is so worth it. And as a matter of fact, I have a little surprise that I'm going to say. We have on our website a little button that says Adopt a WOG, right? And WOG meaning Women of Green. Why don't we do this? Let's adopt a woman to be in the next leadership retreat that Nina and Toby puts on is it New Mexico, right? And we can do this all together. So if you go to Adopt a WOG and click on that button, $5, $10, $25, whatever you can donate, we will adopt a woman to come to your leadership retreat.
How beautiful. Well, and our retreats are expressly intended to connect women across class and race and ethnicity, and so by supporting that, you'll be supporting a woman of color who's a leader to invest in her own emergent leadership. So thank you. What a beautiful gift.
You're welcome. I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Oh,
So,
Carolyn.
Women of Green, go to womenofgreen.com. We also have a vibrant Women of Green webpage, Facebook page, and we just started a Facebook group called Women in Green Jobs. So if you're interested in getting a green job, helping someone get a green job, or starting a green business, check it out. We're having a great conversation going on. So thank you once again.
Oh, thank you,
And
Carolyn.
remember, we're all in this together.
And we're all green.
Woohoo!